I have waited way too long for this episode. And I'm gonna be real, I was expecting to be disappointed. But no. I have almost nothing negative to say about this episode. The drama, goaded. The action, goaded. The characters, goaded. And yes, I'm right. And yes, I'm even talking about Tech Jacket. Yes, I was wrong. She's pretty cool. Now, mind you, I only read a little bit of the comics. But I'll explain why I don't mind her later. Anyways, let's get right back to Invincible episode 5. The episode starts with Nolan trying to convince Mark to go to war with him. I do like how the dynamic between Mark and Nolan is different. I do like how the dynamic between Mark and Nolan is different. No, I'm just letting go of the dumbbell. Mark hasn't forget. Mark hasn't forgiven Nolan, but he Mark hasn't forgiven Nolan, but he understands that he's trying. And I do like that Mark is being more responsible in this season instead of sitting there in the hospital while doing nothing. So Mark agrees to go to war with Nolan. After that, we see the best scene of the episode, in my opinion. I abs- I absolutely, I absolutely, I absolutely love Debbie. So in the comics, Debbie never really move on, and so in the comics, Debbie never really moved on from the. So in the comics, Debbie really. So in the comics, Debbie never really moved on from Nolan. She's almost like a pet. She's super loyal to Nolan, to the point of blaming Mark for to the point to the point to the point of blaming. Oh my god. To the point of blaming Mark for Nolan leaving. But in the but in the show, Debbie but in this show, Debbie is the reason why Mark but in the show, Debbie is the reason why Mark is who he is. Because if you think about it, besides the reason that Mark wanted to become like his dad, why did really why did he really wanted to become a hero in the show, in the comics? Why did he why did he really want it why did he really wanted to become a hero in the comics? Compared to the show, it's because of Debbie. She is the backbone of the family. At the point that at the point she is my favorite mom character. Period. She shows that she shows that under she showed that emotional she showed that emotional understanding that most dudes don't get in life. She cries, but she has a real backbone. She doesn't take any shit for any. She doesn't take any shit. When she opens the door and leaves it open, that's love right there. That she, that she is willing to hear that she is willing to hear out Nolan. The scene was really well made. The show was emotional. They show emotional. They showed that emotionally that Nolan is trying, but because of his background, it's harder for him. Nolan truly says sorry. Nolan truly Nolan truly apologized. But who in the right mind will forgive him? Nobody except for his family maybe. I do like that I do like that Debbie admits that she misses Nolan. That shows strength and real that shows strength and real that shows strength and realism from her. But she does call him out on his bullshit. There was a, the voice acting the voice acting for Debbie was amazing too. Nolan leaves Nolan leaves without saying even a word to Nolan leaves without even visiting Nolan leaves without Nolan leaves without even saying hi to Oliver. Again, something that I love. Nolan is straight up ashamed of seeing him. Because if you think about it, Oliver was done dirtier than Mark. He grew up without a father, and Nolan basically doesn't really care about him. I mean, he does now, but Oliver was gonna be the replacement. Oliver wasn't really born out of love. He was just stuck in a sucky. He was just stuck in a sucky. He was just stuck in a suck. He was just stuck in a sucky situation. We get to see Tech Jacket, and honestly, I was expecting way worse. But she's fine. Matter of fact, I kinda like her. She has good chemistry with everybody in the episode. I would like her to act a little bit older, but for the most part, I like her. They could have said that the original. They could have said something like the original Tech Jacket. They could have said like the original Tech Jacket. They could have said the original Tech Jacket died or something, but no. He straight up isn't. He straight up isn't a thing, which is kind of messed up. But hey, I have full trust in the show. After she's done beat, after she's done beating Bane, after she's done beating Bane from Batman, Alan asks her to join the war. She agrees after we see Oliver. She agrees. No, Alan asks. Alan asks her to join the war. She agrees. After that, we see Oliver and Debbie talking about the situation. I just love Oliver's reaction. We also see Oliver's best scene. We also see Oliver's best scene talking his shit. Okay, Oliver, my goat. Now again, in the comments, I think it's safe to say that Oliver is nothing like his. Now again, in the comics, I think it's safe to say that Oliver is nothing like in the show. In the comic, Oliver is straight out a weirdo. He doesn't like humans, and he doesn't want to fit in with them. He's borderline crazy, but sometimes he acts like a kid. In the show, he's a kid, a real. In the show, he's a real kid. You can tell that Debbie raised him. He maybe has some. He maybe has the same beliefs as the comic version, but sometimes has a dark side. But but he really wants to be a hero. In the comics, dude just wanted to throw hands. I love how when I love how he wants to protect the Earth because he loves Mark and Debbie so much. And logically speaking, he's right to pull up. It's either that or everyone dies. So again, amazing scene from Oliver. After that, we see the family just chilling for a day. Cool scene. Nolan pulls up to the old man, and I like this scene. The old dude is scared of Nolan. You can tell he doesn't even want to be around him. after after Mark is done clapping Eve's cheeks, we also see Eve being worried about. We also see Eve being worried because she has a kid on the way. Not trying to have a, not trying, she not, she not trying to have an Oliver Part Two situation. When they're leaving, they say their goodbye.